Hi guys, how are ya? It is time to do another pattern. We're going to do this one called Dawell, D-A-W-E-L-L. I really like, let me zoom in on this. Look at that kind of organic, interesting shape that becomes. I like it. So, step one is going to be, let me zoom in just a smidge here. Zigzags. We can do a zigzag. Zigzag's easy, right? And then we're going to do rows of zigzags that match. Then, coming down from this zigzag to this zigzag right here, we're going to do a little curvy line at each of the points. And then on the next row, we're going to do another curvy line, but we're going to curve the other direction. And then on this row, curve this direction, and so forth and so on, so that we have this sort of wavy thing happening. I like it. That's really cool. And I like how on this one, when they've done their shading, every other line is darker. So there's a light one with no shading, and then this one's got the shading. And then same with here. It kind of makes it 3D looking. Really like that. And you'll notice that they've kind of like a checkerboard shaded every other one of these with a color that's different than what they've done here. Really, really like this tile. So we're going to try to do something similar. Turn on my light so you guys can see. So I can see. Y'all can see. Let's do it on this big piece. That's bigger than normal, but I like these big sizes for some things. I am going to give myself a little bit of a border to give this guy some context. Like that. Oop, wrong pen. That's a brush. I don't want a brush. Zigzaggy, zigzaggy. I wonder what this would look like if you did your zigzag opposite, made more like a diamond. I'll have to try that on another page. We will do this one twice, maybe. Okay, so this first one has curves going this direction. Like that. And then the opposite, every other one is going to have that same curve, and that's an easier curve for me to make going this direction. So I'm going to just do every other row this way. I've made these really big just because. And now I'm going to do that same thing. So I'm going to make the curve going this way. I've just turned it upside down so that I can still make my curve going the same direction. And that makes it opposite, if that makes sense. Does that make sense? I think so. You'll notice right here, I'm going to zoom way in. I was not overly accurate with that. I'm not overly accurate with that. It's okay. You don't have to be perfect. Perfection is for robots. We're artists. We are not robots. There we go. See? And the only reason I put that line for like a border is just to give me an idea of where to stop so I'm not like right next to the edge. It wasn't like set in stone. I went over it. It doesn't matter. Okay, so now let's do a little shading. I do really like this sample. I'm going to sign it down here. Do I want it that way or do I want it this way? Shouldn't make any difference. They should look the same. For some reason, they don't. Okay, so I'm going to do different colors than what they did here. I'm going to go with reds, oranges, and pinks. And maybe browns. Like that. Okay, so these are the colors I'm going to use. I'm going to use crimson red, carmine red, process red, pink, Tuscan red, and sienna brown. That one needs, this one needs to be sharpened. Tip broke off. See? I lost one. Oh, I'm not using the colored pencil one. What the heck is going on? It keeps breaking off. Okay, I hate it when your colored pencil breaks. That means that somewhere along the way in the life of this particular colored pencil, it got dropped. And the lead inside is broken. Hopefully it's only broken in a couple of places and it will stop doing this. If I'm not lucky, it will just keep breaking no matter what I do. So, well, that's better. Okay. Alrighty. So I want to put, a bit of color here. Starting with the darkest and working my way to the lighter. I'm kind of doing all in the same places on each of these. They're sort of a elongated, weird shaped square. So I'm just gonna treat them as if I would like a cube. And then on this one. Sometimes when I'm coloring with a colored pencil, you might not notice this, but you know, the colored pencil will wear itself down. And what I do often is I will then quickly rotate. So you'll notice here's the Prismacolor symbol, and I've rotated it a little bit before I color the next section. And I don't mention that I've done that, but I rotate it so that it's on a more pointy spot on the pencil. And if you do that, you get less of those flat spots. Just keep turning it. And if it feels too flat, turn it again. Eventually you'll get down to where it's down onto the wood and you have to, you know, sharpen. But as a temporary thing to just keep going, you can just do that. So then on these ones, on this row, I'm going to do, so I went here and here, so I'm going to go here and here. But I'm still going to keep it on this side of that shape, not go over here. So if you want to fast forward through all my coloring, go for it. Go on down to the end. That's fine. So as you're watching this, I will have just come back from vacation. Right now I'm recording it before vacation. I am so looking forward to vacation. You don't even know how I'm looking forward to vacation. And I'm thinking I want to contact, there's a family, YouTube family that does cruise YouTubing, cruise vlogs, cruise reviews, whatever, and they are going on the ship that we are going on, but they're not going to be on our cruise, which is a bummer. They're getting on the day we get off. But I'm thinking to make a little scavenger hunt for their daughter, and you know what, I want to put this one the next color. Yeah, I'm going to do a little scavenger hunt for their daughter on the ship, and hopefully maybe hide some of my tiles and maybe create a little care package for her. She looks like she's, I don't know, 6 or 7 years old. I've got some colored pencils and some paper and stuff I can put together. Maybe leave it with customer service desk, or in the spa area with the person at the main desk at the spa. Somewhere. We'll leave it somewhere. You know what I didn't do? This didn't go up far enough. Should have come all the way up to here on that one. And so do a little scavenger hunt for her so that she has something to do during the week. Maybe find some of my artwork. If other people find it before that, that's cool. But sort of art abandonment kind of stuff. That would be fun. Did I do that medium one? I don't think I did. I skipped it on purpose because I wanted it on top of these other colors. This is the carmine red. The reds really go really well with the yellow. I like it. But now I'm going to probably put a white. As a highlight right along there. Yeah, I like that. Okay, so my new white. I'm going to play with my new Faber Castell white. I've not tried these before. We'll see how much different they might be than this one, which is the Prismacolor white. I'm going to try both actually. Okay, the Prismacolor is a softer and maybe a little bit more pigmented than the Faber Castell. But the Faber Castell will work. Okay, it's working fine. I like it. Because it's not quite as soft, it's actually keeping its tip better. So for those of you who like a finer tip, that might be a good option. Oh, I like this. I like the color a lot. And because it's on yellow, that yellow shows through. Gives it an immediate depth that it wouldn't have if you drew it on white paper. I am curious, without the coloring, what the pattern itself would look like if you did the zigzags differently. You played with maybe zigzags of different sizes or different heights or different zigs, so the zigs were opposite. It all might look different. I'm just really curious about that. So I may, depending on how long it takes me to color, I may do that also on this video and do a second go. Oh, look at that. I like that a lot. Okay, so now I'm going to use the two shadow colors. And And I'm going to put the darkest brown red deep in here, like this, and have it on this side, like that. So this is the Tuscan red, which really is a very brown red. So I actually keep it in with my browns, not with my reds. A bit more in the deep V here. And I think I'll put some brown, and then I'll probably put some white over the top, just to see what it does. Something like that. And then this one is Sienna Brown, for those of you who care. Some people get all hung up on, when they watch a YouTuber, they get all hung up on the specific materials instead of watching for technique or you know, inspiration. They get all hung up on materials, and they, well, I can't do that because I don't have the exact same thing you use. Oh, that drives me crazy. That's my rant. It really drives me crazy. I mean, yeah, if you have the exact thing, awesome. You know, you go, oh, I've got that in my stash, I could use that. But, you know, if you don't have the exact same thing, if you're using polychromos instead of Prismacolor, if you're using Hobby Lobby or Artists Loft instead of Prismacolor, it doesn't mean that you can't do it. It just means that your colors might look different. It means that your technique may have to change a little bit because the pencils are softer or harder than the ones I use, but it doesn't mean you can't do it. I'm beginning to think that the people who say, well, I can't do it because I don't have the right supplies, are just afraid to try. And they're using the excuse of not having supplies to not even give it a go. Because then they can say, well, I didn't do it because I didn't have the right supplies. And make it seem like it's you know, not my fault that I didn't do it. You know, I watched the Art Sherpa. She's going to do a thing in April. 30 days in April. A painting a day. I don't know if I can keep up that schedule, but you know, I would really like to have my studio completely finished by then so that I can come out here every day and try to do a little creative process every single day like that. That would be kind of fun, I think. And then I'm going to go back with the white pencil. I'm actually going to blend some of this in with some white. Not all the way up to the top though, just down here in the color. So I use the yellow as its main thing. I really like this. It came out good. I am happy, 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 happy. Yeah, this is way, way harder of a pencil, this Faber Castell, than the Prismacolor. I would have had to sharpen my Prismacolor white at least once, maybe twice by now, with all of this. But I kind of like the way it looks. You guys just have to experiment with your supplies. Ah, look how pretty that is. I'm super happy with how that came out. Super duper happy. To zoom in just a smidge. Okay. Oh, too much. There we go. Perfect. Alright, you can see the whole thing. I'm happy with it. You guys have a really great day. I will see you on the next video. Did I decide I was going to do it the other pattern? I hadn't decided, but you know what? I think I'm going to. Let me just take like a scrap page. This is just a scrap page, so I'm not going to do it super duper careful, but I am going to play with zigzags that go the other way. So let's zig this way, and then instead of zigging, well, we'll zig this way for one row. We'll do 2 rows of zigging this way, and now I'm going to zig the other way. Just to see what it looks like. Right? And so then this one would go this way. Right? And then that one will go the other way, so this one will go this way. You don't get a very long, that one did, thing. And then turn it upside down. This one goes this way. And this one goes this way. Yeah, I don't like that. It doesn't give you the same effect, now does it? But it was worth saying, what if? What if we do that? It completely changes the whole look. That's what if. But I do like this if it's, instead of going this way, if you turn it this way, that totally looks different. I feel like I want to do, it feels like it needs that inside in order to kind of make it similar, but it's not right. Same but different. I like this. That pattern. Got to stay the way it is. Oh well, it was worth an experiment, right? Okay. Now that we've seen how that goes, come back to this one. And I'm excited for that. That came out really good. Wednesday's pattern is going to be Deco Loop. And then Friday we're going to do Dot Flow and get this week out of the way. And I will see you guys next time. Go out and do something nice for someone today. Make the world a better place. And I will see you later. Bye-bye.